Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool guitar repair video for you this evening. Now, I know what you're thinking. Boy, that's turned up loud. We'll get into that in a minute. Another thing you're thinking is, normally this guy does arcade games, pinball machines, or jukebox repair videos. And yeah, normally we do, but I've had this guitar laying around for a while that's got a weird problem. And I got a bug to try to fix it tonight. So we'll see if we can get this thing working. So we're not really turned up that loud. We're on like 2 or something, I think. Let's see here. Look, it don't even go to 11. This amp doesn't go all that loud, people. It's not that big of a deal. What you're hearing is a really loud hum from this guitar. Now, normally, I don't really care if they're a little noisy. I'm not a great guitar player anyway. I'm a very, very amateur. Remember, this is amateur repair time, okay? So I don't even know how to play this thing. But, so normally I don't mind if it's a little noisy, but this is ridiculous. So I'm gonna touch it. Oh, we fixed it. There we go. I think the amp has a a touchy knob, that master volume knob. At least it quieted down for us. So basically, this isn't amplifying anything. Whenever you touch the strings, you get a different buzz, but you don't get any sound. So it doesn't actually pick up the strings. I'm wondering if it's the volume control, and they've got a tone hat on it, a volume, and then another one here. This is just some cheap Korean guitar. It kind of, I don't even know what it's supposed to be a copy of. It kind of looks like a Mustang, a Fender Mustang copy. I don't know, but a Mustang doesn't have 2 humbuckers. It's got 2 little regular size pickups, and it only has 1 tone knob and 1 volume knob. This one has 3 knobs. So I don't know what they were trying to copy, but this is a made in Korea special, probably from the 70s, maybe the 60s. But these are my favorite types. I like these a lot. It doesn't have much value. If you got it all fixed up and working good, it might be worth $100. But yeah, so we're going to try to see if we can figure out what the problem is. Let me get the amp turned back on, and then we'll see if I can illustrate to you what's wrong with it. So we get nothing. If I touch anything metal, we get a lot of humming, right? The middle knob here, very hard to turn. So I'm wondering if, and I've never really taken one of these apart. I'm wondering if the pickups are fine, and then there's just something wrong with the volume knob, or I wonder if one of the lines to the jack has came loose, and only the ground's connected, or maybe vice versa. The ground's not connected, and that's why we're getting that. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I also need to clean it up, restring it, all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and take the strings off, and then we'll take this plate off here, which has most of our goodies on it, and see what we can find out. Here we go. All right, so I took it apart, and here are the pickups. They're not grounded in any way, and I don't think that they can actually... Oh, you know what? They are, actually. They are grounded. If you look, so the yellow wire goes to the neck one. And if you look, it goes to this pot. And there are actually 2 wires inside of that. Let's see if I can get it where you can see it. Yeah, so one is the ground, and it's attached to the pot case, and then the other is the signal, and it goes to the middle leg of that pot. Okay, and then the ground connects from there to here. Then you've got this line is the other end of it, right? So then if you come over to this one, it's the other pickup, the white wire, the ground inside the white wire connects to the case of the middle pot. White wire is the middle leg. The ground that attaches to that pot goes to here, over to here. And then the white wire is attached here. Okay, and then the volume, I guess the volume pot. Yeah, Maybe I've got this wrong. I'm going to look up how these are usually wired, but it could be that these two are two different volume knobs, one for each pickup, and then there's a tone knob that affects both by putting this cap into play. So you see the ground comes over to here. Oh, and also on that pot, notice how one of the legs they have soldered to the case. On this one of the legs they have soldered to the case. And then on this one, this leg they have soldered to the case. And they also have a capacitor running between there and perhaps the middle leg there. So what that would do, I suppose, is as you turn it, it would either add in that cap or remove that cap. Okay, so this black wire here, the white wire there, and the red wire there all connect over to the jack and are connected together. And then the ground is connected to the other end of the jack. So the jack is a ground, and then the three outputs of volume, volume, and tone. So if this tone pot was bad, it could be that it's just completely grounded. I don't know. Well, most guitars, if you turn the tone all the way one way, it doesn't kill it, you know. All right, yeah, so I'm going to go see how these are normally wired, and then we're going to test these pots and see if we can clean them up, get them to work, and we're going to see if we can test the pickups, and we'll go from there. All right, the good people at GuitarElectronics.com go way out of their way to show you a bunch of different wiring diagrams, and would you believe that a Fender Jazzmaster bass, I think I got that right, or a jazz bass guitar is wired exactly like this Korean guitar is wired. So there's two pickups. They look like humbuckers, but I don't know, you know. They're just like this though. They got a hot and a ground. So if you look, the ground of each pickup goes to its volume case, which is exactly what ours is doing. There's two volumes, and then there's one tone. Okay, so the volume, the pickup goes to the center leg of the volume pot, and the ground goes to the case. The second pickup, the ground goes to the case, and the lead goes to the center leg. And then there is one tone, which I could kind of tell because I had that cap on it. It made sense to me. There's one tone pot, and it has a cap going from an outside leg of the potentiometer to ground, which is on the case of the potentiometer. The ground from both pickups, the tremolo, all three cases goes to the ground on the jack on the output. And then, strangely enough, to me at least, the one side of the volume pot connects to the other side of the same side of the other volume pot, and connects to the center leg of the tone, and all three of them connect to the output jack on the guitar. So it's wired slightly different as far as dressing, like where the wires go, but they all essentially are doing the same thing. On ours, these three have separate wires that all meet right here, which is the same as having it daisy chained like they've got it. It may make it sound a little different, and if we can't fix it, we may try changing it like that, because maybe there's some kind of interference or something. But I think what the problem is going to be is that the 2 or 3 of these pots are screwed up. So we might have to replace them, but hopefully I can just clean them. But it looks like it's wired correctly. I'm going to go back and look at the tone pot again just to make sure, but I think they're wired properly, at least like this jazz bass is wired on guitarelectronics.com. Okay, so it's a little bit different. The 2 volumes are the same, but this tone, they've got a little different. On the diagram that I was looking at, they were telling you to run the cap between the outside leg and ground, and then leave this outside leg open, and then run this black line that's going up to here off of the middle leg. But it looks like this is original. And I think I found the problem. So if I check ground, I've got it here, and here, and here, and here even. But the ground is not on the cable. If I check from the signal to the tip of the cable, it's connected with the multimeter. But if I check from the ground to the casing, or the other part of the guitar cable, it is not connecting. So even though it's through that hole, the ground is not grounded. So it could be that that thing is really rusty inside of there. You can see this thing is not in the greatest shape. Obviously, it's seen some humidity, right? The neck is pretty straight, to be honest. And the action's pretty nice on it. It's not bad at all. I'm sure there's some frets that buzz, but people, Eric Clapton cares if the frets buzz. I'm not Eric. Come on, people. I can't play. People, it don't matter if they're going. See, when I play, I hit the wrong spot. It buzzes anyway. It don't matter if the frets buzz. Come on, people. All right, so yeah, I think it might just be the sleeve where oh look, there's rust too. It's just rusted all to hell, I think. So let me try taking this out. You'd think if I wiggled it though, it would make it come in and out. But let me try taking this out and seeing if I can figure out what's going on inside of it. Okay, I've got the amp turned way down. I cleaned the inside of the jack with a file. And now when I check continuity, I've got continuity between all of the grounds and the ground on the jack. Now, I don't know how to really test this, but it seems like when I hit these pickups with this old string, I'm getting something over there. So I think we might be fixed. So what I'll do, I'm going to clean it up a little bit, and I'm going to string one string on it, and let's see if it's amplifying one string. She's cleaning up pretty good. It's not perfect, but pretty good. Needs a little hit. Oh, what is that? It sounds like maybe it's amplifying a little bit. getting there. Can't tell if the tone is changing. Okay, so that's the... Okay, what are we doing here? I guess if I can look at what the knob actually says. That's up. And that's up. So let's turn this one down. Okay, so this one's all the way up. And then if you change the tone, a little brighter. Okay, so let's turn this one all the way down. Now we got nothing. Turn this one all the way up. Am I turning it the right way? Yeah. So that's up. Okay, and so that's with both of them. All right, yeah, so I think that was it. It was just a bad connection on the jack. So I probably could have fixed it without taking anything apart, just cleaning the inside of the jack. Now, next time I'll know. If you get a really loud sound that sounds like the ground's not hooked up, it probably isn't. All right, so let me clean it up some more and put the rest of the strings on it. All right, so I have figured out what the guitar is. It's made in Korea. It is very similar to this one. This is from the 1982 Sears Christmas book. The difference between this one and mine is mine has a tremolo. This is a copy of the I don't know how you pronounce it, Teisco 1405. So mine on the headstock says 14051 instead of 1405. And then it also says made in Korea instead of made in Japan. So Tesco was a Japanese guitar company that made guitars up until the late 60s when they were bought out by Kawai, which is a keyboard company. So Sears had a long history of selling guitars, and most of them they put Silvertone on, but in the 80s, they were no longer branding them as Silvertones, but they were still selling tons of guitars at Sears. The Silvertone guitar was never actually made by Sears. It was made by other companies, and they just put Silvertone on it. So Dan Electro made some back in the day. Kay made some back in the day. And this company, Tesco, the Japanese company, made them for them in the 60s. This is exactly like I'm butchering their name, I'm sure, at Teisco 1405, but mine says 14051, which must be the one that they added the tremolo to. So this is 1982. And let me show you what it says and the part number, if I can get it to go down to it. Here we go. Electric guitar for beginners, construction, 2 pickups, 2 tone, and 1 volume control. Now keep in mind, we just proved mine's 2 volume control and 1 tone. Hardwood body with black to red to yellow sunburst, neck reinforced with adjustable steel rod, hardwood fingerboard with inlaid position markers, 6 steel strings, adjustable bridge, imported. Okay, now look at the part number. 1405C. Okay, so this is 1982. Okay, so here's the 1983 Christmas catalog. It's basically just the almost exact copy of a Tesco 1405. So was Kawai still making them, but had started making them in Korea instead? Maybe. So this is 83, same guitar basically. So here is the actual Japanese version, the the T version from the 60s. It's a 559-1405. So this is the actual Japanese one. And it does bear similarities to Fender stuff. So it's, you know, I looked up the Fender jazz bass that they're talking about, and it looks really similar to this, but of course this is a guitar, not a bass. And if you notice, they've got this fixed bridge, but this is identical. The pickups are identical. We got the three knobs here, which are labeled volume, tone. So they keep insisting at Sears that it's 2 tones and a volume, but the Japanese one wasn't, so I don't know. I think the guys at Sears may have never actually played the thing and know that there are 2 volumes and 1 tone, but whatever, what do I know? Okay, so this is the actual Japanese one, and so we're trying to get to the 1985 Sears Christmas catalog. All right, so here's their 85 catalog, and they are advertising a Cort guitar. So they were working with Cort at the time. And I think that one says Harmony, I think. So Sears was having their line made by Cort and Harmony at the time. And there we go. So it's the same guitar, but they have put a tremolo on it. You see the 3 knobs, and they appear to say volume, tone. Once again, they have no clue what their own product is. The pickups are the exact ones that are on mine. I think that's called the saddle. The saddle is the same. I'm missing my whammy bar. I'll have to find one of those. Right. The head is the same. See the little metal piece there that holds the 2 strings, the 2 high strings. See the white around the tuners. And then here's what they call it. Built for strength to withstand hard use. This low-priced electric guitar is a tough value to beat. Adjust tone and octave while playing with swing arm tremolo. Dual pickups, 1 volume, 1 tone control. Adjustable bridge, polyester finish, hardwood neck, 10-foot amp cord, neck strap, pick. Instructions included. Now look at the number, 14051. That's mine. That's the one that I'll show you the sticker on the back of mine. So apparently this guitar is about a 1985 Sears model that might have been made by Cort or Harmony. And it's a pretty solid copy of the Tesco Japanese 1405. Even basically the same part number. So there must have been some deal there with them. They couldn't have just, surely they didn't just steal the design and even keep the same part number. Okay, so here's the 86 catalog, and they've changed it to a different brand. This one has a built-in speaker, and they changed some stuff around. So the one I've got must have been made in 84 or 85. And they are advertising some of their electric stuff as being made by Cort. So I would guess maybe Cort, that's a Cort-made guitar. This one here, which is like a Strat copy, has the same headstock, basically. It's very similar. Well, it's a little different. Oh, who knows? It doesn't really matter. It's a Sears and Roebuck from 85. So here's the back, made in Korea, 559-1405, and then there's an extra 1 at the end. So I believe this is a quart-made Sears and Roebuck copy of the Teisco guitar, which was basically the exact same one, but this one has a tremolo on it. And I'm going to get a tremolo bar to put on it, and so I can give it that wobble that it wants, right? But it's got a little chip on the fretboard where a piece of it came off. That's a shame, but looks pretty good. Not a bad little guitar. So this is what we ended up with after cleaning it up, stringing it up. So I'm going to order the tremolo bar, and I'm going to order 3 new knobs, 2 volume and a tone. I think I'll just order them black, just like that. Just try to make it look how it originally looked. A little rusty. So there you go, folks. If you like the video, leave your comments below. Let us know what you think. Make sure to check out my brother Donnie's channel. If you don't know about my brother Donnie, he has a channel here on YouTube as well. On this channel, usually we do arcade games, pinball machines, and jukeboxes. So we'll see you back Tuesday with another arcade game video this week. But my brother Donnie works on old vehicles, old buildings, and has a farm. So what do you think? Should we try to play it? Now, I am not a great guitarist, folks. But, you know, this cheap guitar, I think, might have a little life left in it. What do you think? I'll bet you guitar guys want to see and girls want to see the action on it, right? That's not bad. I was able to get it pretty decent. It's at about 3 millimeter. Little high, maybe, just a little bit. But here, there. Very playable. Like I said, I'm not a great guitarist. But I can, you know, this is amateur repair time, people. Now, you're going to have to cut me some slack here, okay? But I'll see. I mean, I got some blisters on my fingers, you know. I'll give it a go. I'll see if I can make some, maybe I'll see if I can bring her back to life a little bit. Here we go.